Hello, my name is Juan Santos, and I wanted to share my testimony of why I chose to continue with attending a Shincheonji Bible study. I've been in Shincheonji for about 1 year now, and when I first started, I admit that I had a lot of doubts about this Bible study. I thought about it for a long time whether I should continue or stop attending, and I'll share with you what I reasoned with myself. Just a little background on me. I grew up going to a Christian church my whole life. I was very fervent in serving and attending Bible study, but I still felt like I didn't know much about my faith. In college, I began to ask a lot of questions of why I believe what I believe. I realized that I was just going because my family always went together. However, I didn't want my faith to be based on my family and friends, and so I started searching for answers. I went to over 10 different churches, and none could give me clear answers to my questions about my faith, and always seemed to just focus on fellowship all the time. It wasn't until one day I was catching up with an old friend, and she introduced me to a missionary friend of hers who invited me to his Bible study. Since the first lesson, I knew this Bible study was very different because it made learning the Bible so clear and easy to understand. Things began to get a little shaky for me after my older brother warned me about going to Bible studies outside of church because of his bad experience in attending a ministry when he was in college. He told me to ask them questions like, what's their background of faith, their mission statement, what church did they go to? My teachers were a bit wary of revealing who they were, but in all honesty, I was happy that I was just learning the Word. It was amazing to see how they only used the Bible, and how learning helped grow my faith in God by knowing how God is faithful in keeping His promises in the Bible. It wasn't until the end of the course that they revealed that they were Shincheonji. It made sense why they couldn't tell me from the beginning because of how negative Shincheonji is portrayed on the internet, and I was able to understand this firsthand. After we finished the course, they gave us the choice to join the church or not. I chose to attend because nothing I learned was false. I was about a month in when my brother confronted me about attending Shincheonji. He mentioned how he read a bunch of things about Shincheonji online, and he became violent and angry at me. He pushed me to the ground and pinned me down and started to pray over me, saying he was going to cast out the demon inside of me. After seeing nothing happening, he started to drag me to our old church, saying he wanted to get the pastors to pray over me. I refused to go, and ever since I stopped talking to him about faith. The things he mentioned online about Shincheonji were all false accusations, such as how Shincheonji claims that Lee Man-hee is a Korean Jesus. Never has he said that. I have read on multiple anti-Shincheonji websites of them claiming this about us. They also said that Shincheonji kidnaps and brainwashes you. I've never been kidnapped by them or forced to believe in things, but rather was encouraged to think for myself and was given the choice to attend the church or not. I just wanted to point out that a lot of things that are mentioned online about Shincheonji are not true and very outlandish. I just gave a couple examples, and there are many more things as well. Some people out there are doing their best to discredit the Shincheonji Church. I would encourage you to see for yourself and reason for yourself what Shincheonji really believes and stands for. You may ask, then why is Shincheonji so secretive? Well, it's because there are many people who have very different doctrines and interpretations of the Bible who will go out of their way to slander and spread lies on the internet about Shincheonji to discourage people from going. I believe it's important that people come in with an open and unbiased mind. Maybe then when people have more of an open mind, then Shincheonji wouldn't have to be so secretive. The reason I chose to continue attending Shincheonji was because nowhere else taught me the Bible so clearly. After being in Shincheonji for 1 year now, I can assure you that Shincheonji is not a cult, and I've never seen any cases of kidnapping or keeping you against your will. I encourage you to have your faith based off the Bible and not on what people say.